shitcoin.com.
Welcome back to the shitcoin.com show, everyone. So we're doing this new show now, which we've titled the Shitterverse, which, as Nick likes to call it, where we just kind of go through the stuff that's been going on in the last week. So you will see a lot of this in the newsletter, which you can sign up for at shitcoin.com/newsletter. But we thought we'd run through some of the spiciest bits. One thing we didn't really talk about much in the newsletter is this horrible market. I mean, do you think it's going to get better worse before it gets better?
Yeah, I think it's going to get worse. I'm not backing that up with anything. It's just, I've seen a couple of bear markets before, and I've been in denial for over a year. I feel good about that. I'm still kind of in denial. I haven't sold anything. So I'm just getting more poor every single day.
What about you, Nick? Do you think this is...
okay. This is my first bear market.
Welcome.
So I'm not really happy, honestly. But yes, I think it's going to get worse. And okay. Sometimes we need some calm for things to get better and to get better adoption in the future, because I think it was going everything so fast with the bull market.
But also, what was crazy is you mentioned this to me before. Like, it's been, obviously it peaked again in November, I think it was, but we've been going down since November. That's 6 months now. And then everyone's just like, oh no, it's gonna bounce back pretty soon.
Have you guys noticed that no one has used the term hypercycle in a while?
Yeah, super cycle.
Super cycle is what I mean.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about the super cycle anymore. That whole concept is dead.
And then what's interesting about the world at the moment as well is stocks are tanking, and everyone always talks about this Bitcoin decoupling against stocks. Do you think that'll ever happen, or do you think we're just part of the overall financial system now?
In my view, it should be crypto should be worse, because if everybody ends up holding both stocks and crypto, and the market goes down, they're like, oh, I better sell my crypto.
Yeah.
So no, maybe we'll just be hit harder.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared, honestly, for the economic situation right now. I know I'm the fat in here. I'm the new one, so I'm gonna be the most scared in this conversation, mainly. But yeah, I think stocks are really going down also, and I think the whole market is going down. And as Andrea said, the first thing people would sell, it is crypto. So that's a problem. But I also believe that it is the first thing they're going to believe again when the markets start going up. So that can be good for us.
We might pump. Who knows? I mean, maybe I'm just thinking I've got too much opium.
And the only thing one thing that is very different now is now we have NFTs, and they're not really liquid. They're not fungible, basically. Yeah. So we can't. There's no easy way to see if the price of the NFTs is going up or down very easily, right?
You have the floor prices, but then again, it's it's
hard
tough.
to sell.
It's funny. It's funny as well, because I wanted to mention this about they had the Bored Ape Yacht Club other side launch where they're doing their metaverse, and basically they burnt $100 million in ETH in 24 hours with all of that.
Is that on the gas fees?
Yeah. Yeah,
it wasn't
gone.
It wasn't a gas war. It was like a huge war. Like they really spent a lot of money in gas. I think they Yuga Labs returned some of the gas spent for the transactions. Yes, to some people. I heard about it, but I couldn't confirm it yet.
It's kind of funny though, because the NFT stuff kind of seems to be sitting a bit on the side and has its own thing going on, but then also all the prices they're all denominated in ETH or Solana or whatever, so if the market tanks, then they tank too. But the Bored Ape thing is interesting because it's just kind of the cool thing, isn't it? I guess right now, Not necessarily.
It's not that cool.
Well, not necessarily for people that are that into crypto, but like if you think about people that have in the wider world, this is the cool thing. Like it's buy a Bored Ape or a Mutant Ape or whatever you can afford.
Yeah, Madonna has one, but that's a fake one, isn't it?
Oh, you mentioned that. So it's not. Did she just get the?
I think it's a knockoff.
Oh, is it a Mutant Ape maybe?
No, it's not even that.
Oh, so
I know nothing about this stuff. I'm talking out of my ass.
We'll make sure
There's
we
too much
put that
hype on Bored Apes. I can't get the reason why. I really can't get the reason why. It's one of the things that I wonder. I mean, I started investing in crypto, and everyone told me you have to check out DeFi. DeFi is a real change. I started looking at DeFi, and suddenly a lot of people made it with apes. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you missed.
I missed the opportunity. I still look at DeFi. I love DeFi, but yeah, I should have looked at the apes.
It's funny though because I wanted to ask you guys about this as well. So the way that all these NFT projects, it seems every single one of them is going to launch some sort of metaverse product or a game or whatever they're going to do, but they're doing it kind of backwards to how it's normally done. They're basically raising an insane amount of money and then promising a game in like 5 years versus like
actually having something
and launching something. So there's nothing really there. But I mean, are there even any examples of these games actually happening yet or actually being any good? I don't know. Nick,
no, to me, this sounds like a parallel to the .com boom, where you could just pitch anything and raise a lot of money, have no product, and then somehow make like a demo, an IPO or something. It's because people were just willing to put their money into anything.
Yeah.
So I think it's, to me, it just looks like the same. It's not a new thing that people spend money on something that has no product. That's pretty old.
Yeah, massively speculative, isn't it?
Yeah.
The natural process of a project is to raise money and then to start building the project. But I think the problem here is that there's hype in the middle. So the people they don't just raise money. They raise money and then like a lot of hype is around and the project starts building itself, but it takes more time. And so then the hypes go down. And that's the thing that I think it causes trouble. That people are expecting like a game right now, for example. I don't know. I remember the case of, for example, Star Atlas. Do you remember? Like they promoted that. Yeah, they promoted a huge universe they're gonna build, and I mean that's almost impossible to build. And there was a lot of hype around it. And it was like a lot of people lost money investing in that, or a lot of people bought like ships or things like that for the universe, and they got their money tanked in there. So I think those things are happening because of the overhype of things. And I wouldn't say that all this universe around Bored Apes, it is a lot of hype too. And hype is a trend, and the trend changes sometimes.
One thing that has a lot of hype right now is this Steppen thing, which Andreas mentioned it to me, and I bought some sneakers. I'm gonna breed my sneakers and stuff. Ooh. But I mean, you can actually earn. I haven't earned anything yet. I haven't even started it, but I bought the NFTs, which is like a lot of money.
You gotta start running for earning.
I have actual people that I know that I've asked about this, and they seriously like wake up, and I guess you don't put on the shoes because they're not real shoes, so you just wear your own shoes, but I guess you have an app.
Yeah.
So they're spending time on this every day, walking their fake shoes around, and these are not poor people, and ask them like, oh, so what shoes do you have? And it's like, oh, the best is to wear like one running shoe and one walking shoe.
Is that the best combo? Oh, so you get all the speeds. I'm learning. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, this is how you know it's a bear market, when people who have money are walking their app around like some dystopian Pokemon Go.
It means they have time, they have time.
Exactly.
Markets, you have plenty of time.
I told Blake you should just put it on your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. My dog's feeling a bit under the weather today. I was hoping I was going to go for a walk and test out my new app, but I might have to go for a walk on my own. No idea.
Why are there no real shoes?
Maybe
you
they
should
will
get
do.
real shoes.
I looked at the roadmap because before every diligent
There's a
investment, you have
roadmap,
to check the roadmap.
You did your research. You did your
I
research.
did my research.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's DD.
There was no mention of physical sneakers, but that kind of makes sense, right?
Because these roadmaps always have everything. It's like make 10% of the Earth population use the app, and in this case, they haven't even thought about making real shoes.
I think you have to be ambitious with a roadmap. I don't judge it.
I think they should be ambitious and say we're gonna make real shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have I don't know what it actually means. It means nothing, I imagine. But there's some on the advisory board. There's a VP of something at Adidas. So I'm sure there's some.
And I think Adidas probably has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of VPs.
Yeah.
And this is not the best one.
Yeah, I know. That's dangerous. You should have like an advisory before you invest. This has a lot of VPs.
Let's pull it up. I'll put it above. I'll check LinkedIn.
How many VPs do they have?
We'll flash how many VPs on the video they have. I'm sure.
Okay, but
I'm guessing less than 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
But honestly, worst case scenario, people are walking. So I mean, it's not that bad, you invest
Working
in
and earning.
Walking
Exactly.
and earning.
To earn and look at
It's a new category in decentralized world. Anyway, we'll move on to the next thing. So there was this interesting development with this wormhole.com domain, where it's this guy, 79-year-old guy, what's his name? Carl Sagan.
No. It's a 79-year-old guy who's a fan of Carl Sagan.
Oh, really? I thought he was called Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan, it's good you don't know because it means you're not old.
Okay.
I unfortunately know who Carl Sagan is. He's a very famous skeptic.
Okay. I have no idea. What?
And I believe he had a show on television in the 70s called something the universe. Well, I forgot.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. I evidently misread that, but that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, this 79-year-old guy, maybe he's not named. He was approached by Jump, who backed Wormhole. Remember, they got hacked for $325 million, and then Jump bailed them out and gave them all the money back. They gave him it all back. Anyway, Wormhole, the guy who owns Wormhole was approached and offered $50K, I think. Maybe even started much less. Or they reached an agreement of 50K.
50K.
And then supposedly he changed his mind and wanted a bit more. So now Jump are suing him, but they've got infinite money. Yeah. And there's now a bit of a funny back and forth about should they just paid him a lot more, or were they just paid cheap?
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
I would have Andreas input on this.
Yeah, I mean, but I suppose they're running a business though, right? They want to try and get the best deal, but I don't know how much. I guess if it's worth a lot to them.
Yeah, but once you start bullying people and it leaks that you're doing it, you should just backtrack and just say, okay, we'll give you 500K.
Yeah. At this point, they should. Yeah, that would probably be the most.
And
sensible thing.
just go online and say it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Is this a misunderstanding? So you solve everything.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, it was a misunderstanding.
It's always a misunderstanding.
But he's gone deep in the tweets though. He's been
the old guy.
No, the founder of Jump. It's in the newsletter. His response to Ledger from Up Only, and he's saying you laid out the situation and said, well, what would you do in this situation? And it's well, I don't know, you're the super rich one in this situation. I don't know. You should probably work this out. But anyway, another funny thing from the news this week was this whole Vitalik at the porn convention.
Oh God!
Which there are some really great bits of imagery around that. It's been circulating Twitter that supposedly Vitalik was eating ass at a porn convention.
I think we should clarify that it was definitely not Vitalik.
Yeah, definitely not him. He's been on the show before, so we should definitely clarify that.
That's fine. We should link that episode.
Yeah, we'll put that below when we spoke to Vitalik a while back.
So it wasn't Vitalik.
No, that's not
on
Vitalik.
our show it was Vitalik, but eating ass at the porn convention was someone who didn't even look that much like Vitalik.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him at all. It's just like, I mean, the face is totally just in the ass, so you can't really see too much.
You can't
He
see
was
the
just
face.
looking where to plug his cold wallet. He needed to plug his cold wallet. You know, he was just looking for a place.
Yeah.
What was really funny about this though, because I didn't know the meme. So you had to explain to me the beta male thing with the angle.
Oh, the leaning in angle.
Yeah. What's making me sit more?
Yeah, now I'm like, I'm leaning away now.
But it's very funny though. It's a great meme. But I guess just to round off this episode, I want to ask you, what do you think the Ethereum crowd would say if Vitalik was actually spotted at a porn convention? Do you think they'd be into it? They might be.
He got 30 years old. He has to enjoy life also.
Yes, that's true.
He can't just go the whole world and not doing anything else, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they said like you shouldn't be like kink shaming.
Yeah.
So if he likes to go to a porn convention, eat ass, which saved the market once before,
That's true.
then maybe that's the thing. Maybe we should all go to a porn convention and eat ass.
We should. Do you know about that, Nick? That's a funny one. I guess you can. How would you explain it?
I can't explain it.
Oh. Anyway, I'll send you links, and everyone else, you just gotta search "saving the market by eating ass." I think that's the only way we can.
Yeah.
Because right now the market turned down because of eating ass. So
Yeah.
maybe he dumped the market.
That's possible.
Going through reverse trends now.
Yeah.
Like
But anyway.
investors are like, okay, so this is the man we depend on. I'm gonna take my money out.
Yes.
That's why the market.
All of your money is in the hands of this man.
Yeah. Okay, give me my money. Give me back my money right now. Yeah.
Cool. We will call it a day there. Just remember, guys, to sign up for the newsletter at shitcoin.com/newsletter and follow the Twitter account as well. There's some spicy memes and content going out there regularly at shitcoin.com. Shitcoin.com in words. Anyway.
And the sponsor,
Right.
And the sponsor.
Yes, and the sponsor. Be sure to check out sideshift.ai, our premier sponsor for rapid coin swaps.
Shitcoin.com